Hi everyone, in Algebra 2B, today we're going to be going over your questions on lesson 112A, starting on number 2. So for number 2, it says the sum of the digits of a 2-digit counting number is 7. If the digits are reversed, the new number is 9 less than the original number. What is the original number? So when it says the sum of the digits is equal to 7, I have t plus u is equal to 7. Then when it says the digits are reversed and the new number formula is going to be 10u plus t is 9 less than the original. The original is always 10t plus u, and that would be minus 9. And if you forgot what that formula is, you do want to go back to lesson 107 and look at your notes from there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the 10t over and move the u over so that you end up with 9u minus 9t equals negative 9. And on this one, we're actually going to simplify. So you should notice that all three of those are divisible by 9, which would make this negative t plus u equals negative 1. And now I'm going to add that to this equation up here. Where the t's are going to cancel and you end up with 2u equals 6. And therefore the units digit is going to be equal to 3. Now to solve for the tens digit, you can plug it into the original or this equation here, which would be t plus 3 is equal to 7. So then the tens digit is equal to 4. If the tens digit is 4 and the units digit is 3, your original number is going to be 43. Now moving on to number 3, it said the bookstore went out of business because the markup that they used was only 20% of the selling price of the book. If they sold one shipment for a total price of $1,800, what did they pay for these books? So that means our equation is going to be selling price is equal to purchase price plus the markup. And the markup that they are giving us is going to be, a percent of the selling price. And they actually give us what the selling price is equal to. Our selling price is equal to $1,800. So $1,800 equals purchase price plus 20%, so 0.2 of the selling price, which is $1,800. So the $1,800 equals purchase price plus 0.2 times 1,800 equals 360. So if you subtract that from 1,800, you get the purchase price would be equal to $1,440. Now looking at number 4, we have the Ochlockonee River meandered at 3 miles per hour. A fast boat could go 230 miles down the river in twice the time it took to go 85 miles up the river. What was the speed of the boat in still water and what were the times? Okay, so we have the speed of the current, so W equals 3. We have the distance downstream is 230. And the time down was twice the time up. And the distance up is 85. Okay, so now we have two formulas. We have the downstream equation, which is going to be B plus W times TD equals DD. And then we have the upstream equation, which is B minus W times TU equals DU. Now input what we have, so we have B plus 3 times 2TU equals 230. You can distribute that. So that would be 2BTU plus 6TU equals 230. Now looking at this other equation, I have B minus 3 times TU equals 85. We can distribute the TU. So you get BTU minus 3TU equals 85. Now I'm going to do elimination by multiplying this one by 2. So that would be 2B2U minus 6TU equals 85 times 2, which gives us 170. And when I add that together, the TU's are going to cancel. So I have 4BTU equals 400, which means that BTU is equal to 100. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 100 and plug it into this equation here. So that would be 100 minus 3TU equals 85. So I can subtract 100 from both sides. So I have negative 3TU is equal to negative 15. So therefore TU is going to be equal to 5. Now that I know what TU is equal to, I can solve for B, because B times 5 is equal to 100, which means that the speed of the boat is going to be 20. We also can solve for TD, because TD is equal to 2 times TU. So TD is equal to 10. Now looking at number 5, another word problem. We have Fabian took 3 times as long to fly 1,800 miles as it took Hamilcar to fly 1,200 miles. Find the rates and times of both if Hamilcar's speed was 200 miles per hour greater than that of Fabian. So it says Fabian took 3 times as long. So the time of Fabian would be 3 times the time of Hamilcar. It also says that the distance of Fabian is equal to 1,800 miles. The distance of Hamilcar is equal to 1,200. And it says that Hamilcar's speed was 200 miles per hour greater than Fabian. So the rate of Hamilcar is the rate of Fabian plus 200. But if you look at this original, we solve for TF. We also want to solve for RF. So to get RF by itself, we would subtract 200 from RH. So it would be RH minus 200. Now we're going to just do distance equals rate times time. So this would be rate of Fabian time of Fabian equals 1800. And then rate of Hamilcar, time of Hamilcar equals 1200. So the rate of Fabian we know is going to be RH minus 200. Time of Fabian is 3TH equals 1800. We're going to distribute this. So I get 3 RHTH minus 600 TH equals 1800. Now you should already know what RHTH is equal to because we already solved for that. So that would be 3 times 1200 minus 600 TH equals 1800. 3 times 1200 would be 3600. So if I subtract that from the 1800, I'm going to get negative 600 TH is equal to negative 1800. So if I divide that by negative 600, I get TH is equal to 3. Now if I know that TH is equal to 3, I can plug it into this equation right here, which is RH times 3 equals 1200. So that means RH is equal to 400. Now to solve for RF, I can plug it into here. So RF would be equal to 400 minus 200. So RF is equal to 200. And then for TH is equal to 3, it would be TF is equal to 3 times 3. So TF is equal to 9. Okay. Now we're going to look at number 11 because the other problems, numbers 6 through 10, we already have done in the first video. So I'm going to start by setting n equal to 4.014343, and then repeat. Because there's 2 repeating decimal, I'm going to multiply this by 100. So this would be 100n equals 1, 2, that would be 401.434343, and repeat. We're going to subtract 1 from the other. So the 4 3s in the repeating decimal are going to cancel. 100 minus 1 would be 99. And then I can use my calculator for this. So 401.43 minus 4.01 will give me 397.42. Divide both sides by 99. And then you want to eliminate the decimal. So I'm going to move this over 2 spaces. So that's going to give me 39,742 divided by 9,900. And that's how you write that as a fraction instead of a decimal. Now looking at number 12, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put all the x's in parentheses. So we're completing the square. take half the term attached to x, which would be just x plus 1. When I square 1, I would add 1 to the top, do the opposite to the outside, which would be subtract 1. Now this positive on the outside tells me that this parabola is going to face up. I'm going to set x plus 1 equal to 0, so x is equal to -1. And this right here is going to be my vertex. So I'm going to go to the left one and put my dotted line in. And then I'm going to go up 2. Now I'm going to go over 1, square 1 is 1. Over 1, square 1 is 1. Over 2, square 2 is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and then up 4. And that is all. Now looking at number 13, I'm gonna isolate my my absolute value, move the 3 to the other side. So I have negative absolute value of x is less than or equal to -3. When I divide by negative, the inequality switch is, so I have the absolute value of x is greater than or equal to +3. Now remember, you're going to have two endpoints of this. It's going to be the positive and the negative of this value. And reals is going to be a point with an arrow. So I'm going to have this is going to be my number line. And my two endpoints are going to be on 3 and -3. And they will be closed circles on 3 and -3 because it can be equal. And anytime it says greater, that's going to face away from each other. So that means I'm going to fill in all the spaces to the right of 3. And then to the left of -3. So greater than means it goes away from each other. Less than means that you would connect those two endpoints. Now looking at number 14, I have to solve for each of those inequalities. For the first one, I'm going to flip this inequality because of the slash through it and add an equal sign. So x minus 2 is going to be less than or equal to 0. Move the 2 to the other side. So x is going to be less than or equal to 2. Then I'm going to move the 4 to the other side. So I have x is greater than 4. Now integers are going to be points, not going to be a point with an arrow. I'm going to make my number line. So this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now on 2, we are going to have a filled in circle. We are going to be filling in everything to the left of 2. So that would be 1, 0, and everything beyond that. On 4, we won't have a closed circle, but it says everything greater than 4, which would be 5, 6, and then everything to the right. Now for number 15, we have to test if these are functions. Well, what I'm going to look for is to see if all of the x values are different. So for the first one, I have 4, 2, 5, and 7. All of them are different, so therefore a is a function. Now for b, I have 4, -2, 5, and 7. All of them are different again, so therefore this one is a function. For the last one, I have -4, 5, -4. So this is my red flag right here. If the y values on both of those are the same, then it's okay. If they're different, then it's a problem. And the last one's 3. So this one goes to 2, this one goes to 7. So therefore, this is not a function. And that should conclude all of your questions from lesson 112A. Hope you guys all have a great day. Bye.